Good morning. I wanted to come to you today in the wake of the shootings down in Sutherland Springs. I think today we're kind of all overwhelmed with the shock and the pain of what happened yesterday. If nothing else, I think that today we should really join with those people in thought and prayer, sending out kind of divine energy and love their way. But I also want to say that maybe there's another message of hope that we need to share with one another today, because it's really not just the shootings down in Sutherland Springs. It's the shootings kind of that are happening all around us. The shooting up in Walmart, the shooting in Las Vegas, other mass shootings that are happening. Is this like the new normal that we need to adjust to, having all these shootings? Mitch Samuel, my good friend and colleague, said that on his Facebook page. Someone said, well, this is just the new normal. I disagree. If this is the new normal, then I don't want any part of it. There is a new normal that I'm committed to, that I want to share with you, that my new normal, and hopefully that it'll push you and inspire you to have a new normal in your life. There are three things I think about today that I'm going to be committed to. The first is the normal of compassion. I believe in the wake of the violence, we need to be more committed to compassion, kindness, generosity, patience with one another, that we respond, as Jesus said, return no person evil for evil. We pray for those who are persecuted. Be committed to compassion. My new normal is I'm going to be committed to courage. I am not going to live in fear. I think also so many times in the wake of these shootings, we shrink back in fear. We're afraid to go to concerts. We're afraid to go to shopping centers. We're afraid to send our kids to school, and now we're afraid to come to church. Well, I want to tell you something. I am not going to live in fear. I believe that we should live in courage. I believe that we should be committed to living in courage. Don't be afraid to go grocery shopping. Don't be afraid to go to concerts. Don't be afraid to go where people are gathering together. And especially don't be afraid to come to church. This coming Sunday, I think people are going to be a little afraid. Is church a safe place? You better believe church is a safe place. People are gathered together, and I'm not afraid to come to church, and I'm definitely not afraid to stand in front of you and to preach and to lead worship. I believe that we need to have courageous living. And this coming Sunday, and this coming weekend, I believe that we should fill mosques and synagogues and temples, and definitely worship services, a way of kind of standing together with those people in Sutherland Springs, as well as a message to anybody and all people that we believe in courageous living. Then my third new normal is I'm going to dedicate myself to civility. I think if there's a normal that we've adjusted to, is that we live in an uncivil culture. Well, it's time we turn that around. I believe that we need to commit ourselves to living and leading civil lives. Lives, again, of patience, of generosity, of kindness, going the extra distance for people. When we commit ourselves to civility, it's like ripples in a pond, waves that go throughout our society. If we want to turn society around, it begins with our own lives. And especially we need to call each other out on uncivil acts, especially social media. I believe on social media, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and all the other platforms, people share pretty ugly communications with one another. We need to call that out. If people are being uncivil on Facebook or especially on Twitter, we need to say, hey, don't act this way. Turn it around. Dedicate ourselves to civility. So you know what? In the wake of what happened this past weekend, we need to join with those people sharing our prayers and our thoughts and our concerns for them. But more than just sharing prayers and thoughts, I believe we need to be committed to action, committed to living a hopeful life, a faithful life, a generous life. So those are my thoughts to you today. I really believe let's come out and share love and community and compassion to the world. Good to talk with you today, and I hope you have a fantastic week. We'll see you. Bye.